Hello everyone and welcome back to Cooking with Suzanne. I have a guest today.
Hello.
And anyone that had come to our restaurant, Suzanne Fine Regional Cuisine, I'm sure you remember this very beautiful face. This is our daughter Amanda.
Hey everyone.
And so she's visiting us for the holidays, which is so wonderful to have her here. And we thought we would do a video for you. We would share one of your favorite dishes that we used to do. So on Mother's Day, we used to offer an afternoon tea, and that was always a lot of fun. And one of the sandwiches that we used to offer was with deviled ham, which was one of your favorites.
Yes.
And Amanda had suggested to me that it would be nice to share that recipe with you since we did have ham for the holidays and thinking that possibly you might have some leftover ham too. Not to say that you need a nice ham like this to make this filling, but if you do have it, this is a nice suggestion for you. So let's talk about the ingredients. We have here a ½ pound of ham. And if you were to purchase some in a grocery store, you can, I would say Black Forest ham would be good, or good baked ham, Virginia baked ham. But here we're using this ham, ½ pound, and I put it in my food processor. I first diced up the ham, and then you want to use your pulse and just pulse the ham until it's nice small dice. You want it, but you don't want it fully puree. And Amanda had suggested possibly, I think you did at the restaurant, sometimes you just diced it up, correct? Yeah, sure.
The size.
It's nice
And
fine dice.
Yeah, but if you don't have that big baked ham, then you can just get like the deli, the sliced deli ham, right? Get it sliced a little bit thicker.
Right.
And then you can just dice it on your own, just on a cutting board if you don't have one of these, which I don't at home, so that's what I have to do.
Okay, so let me just get the ham out of our food processor here. And we can talk about the other ingredients, and we can also talk about substitutes if you don't happen to have what I have here today. Okay. These are really good sandwiches. Thank you. I have here 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise, and I used Hellmann's mayonnaise, although I understand that in the South, a brand called Duke's is very, very popular, and I definitely need to try it. But
You can make your own homemade mayo.
yes, and homemade mayo is absolutely wonderful, and if you have some, definitely use it. It's absolutely great. And that's a really good suggestion.
And if you're interested in a video for homemade mayo, put a comment below.
Oh, that's a good idea. Keep me working, Amanda. So this is a good French mustard that I really love. It actually has the mustard seeds in it. And we're going to put about 2 teaspoons in. And you know, this is really, you don't have to have exact measurements when it comes to a filling like this. If you love the flavor and you want to add more, by all means do. If you like more mayo in your filling, by all means just add a little bit more. So you start off with a base, and this is what we're doing right here, is really starting off with a base. So,
Also, just quick note, I remember one time we were out of that specific mustard. We were lucky enough we had Dijon and just full grain mustard. And then if you just do like half and half, mix those together.
yeah,
Basically, you can make your own.
actually we did that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a ½ teaspoon of Tabasco sauce for a little bit of heat, and a ½ teaspoon of Worcestershire. Maybe just a little bit too much there. Okay, ½ teaspoon, get that in. And now you just want to mix this until it's fully incorporated. And to that, we're going to, I don't know if you've ever seen any of these little pickles, these little French pickles. They're Cornichons, but if you can't find them, you could probably use a dill relish. You could use a pickle, any type of pickle that you happen to like. I go more for the savory rather than the sweet, but if you like a little sweetness to your ham salad, then of course you could use a sweet pickle. So these little pickles are just delicious, so we're using that today.
And if you're shopping at Wegmans, they're actually not with the other pickles. They're in the international section under the European.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and they are readily available, so that's a good idea. So I have 1/4 cup that I just very finely diced. You want everything nice and small because these are nice little finger sandwiches. Yeah, definitely.
Really, really tiny.
And I'm going to this is about 1/4 to 1/3 cup. You can start with 1/4 and then of course you can always add more if you need to add more to it. And then you want to use a sweet onion. If you can't find a sweet onion, I would suggest maybe a shallot. You could also maybe use scallions, but you don't want anything too strong. So this is a nice sweet onion. Let's start with half. I have a 1/2 cup here, but let's start with about 1/4 cup. And then we can, and once again, very finely diced. You want this almost minced. So we'll start with that.
The ham, the cornichon, and the onion should all be
all
about
the same size. Yep, perfect. So just mix this together. And we can add a little bit of black pepper here. I would be careful in not adding any salt, and the reason for that is because the ham is salty. There's salt in the mayonnaise, and Bob is in the kitchen trying to make us laugh as I'm doing the video, which I don't think is very nice.
And unprofessional.
Yeah, so, you know, maybe you ought to show your face, Bob. So we have our ham, which is the last ingredient that's going to go into our filling. So nice, finely diced ham. And just get this well mixed. I think this could maybe use a touch more. Let's see if I'm getting it all the way from the bottom, right? It seems a little bit tight. So let's just put a little bit more mayo here. I have like maybe
And just
about
the mayo, you're not going to add
no,
like the others?
no, I think everything else should be pretty good. We can taste it too. Oh, that's much better.
Yeah.
There we go. So I added about another tablespoon. And now it has really good consistency to it. Okay, yeah, sure. There we go.
I mean, kind of like the same consistency as like chicken salad, right?
Yeah,
That you would expect.
exactly. Maybe just a little bit finer, but outside of that, you're absolutely right. So now we can talk about actually making the sandwiches. Amanda is going to show you and assemble a sandwich. This is just a homemade white bread that I have. You can use Pepperidge Farm. Basically, you want a bread that's about 1/4 inch thick. You don't want it too big. So go ahead, Amanda.
Yeah, so, and also we used to, was it brioche bread?
Oh
We used
yeah,
to use
brioche
when we were
is
able to
wonderful.
get it.
Yes.
Yeah, so since we don't have brioche, we want to add a little bit of that butter flavor. So we've got butter here, room temperature, has to be room temperature for sure. Because otherwise, you know, if it's cold, then you're just going to mess up
Break the bread. Yeah.
So obviously we want the flavor of the butter nice and thin, but that also, you know, the moisture that's in the ham, you don't want it like soaking into the bread to get all soggy, right? Because the bread isn't toasted.
Right.
So the butter helps prevent from that, kind of have a moisture barrier, I suppose.
I tasted the filling. The filling is perfect, and there is like a nice sweetness to the ham because we had put a really nice honey glaze over the top of it.
In a moment, we're going to use an electric knife to cut off the crust. So you don't want to get the filling too close to the edge, you know, because then obviously it's going to, well, not go to waste. You could always have it as a little snack. But
That is absolutely wonderful. That looks great.
And obviously, it's up to you how much filling you actually want to put. I know me and my mom like our sandwiches a little bit on the thinner side. All right, and then just to make it all nice and fresh and clean looking, we're going to take off the crust, which obviously we did for the tea. My mom has an electric knife I'll use now, but of course, if you don't have one, like I also don't at home, you can just use any kind of serrated knife to get the crust off.
And I peeled off my electric knife.
And then obviously you can cut it in any direction you want. I think we'll do put it in thirds just so you have nice finger sandwiches.
There you go.
All right.
Excuse me, everyone. My name is Bob. Oh, there I am. I'm the wine director, and I just got a delivery from one of our very nice neighbors of some lemons, some Meyer lemons, and I just got a promotion from wine director to beverage director, so we're going to use these. I promoted myself, by the way, and going to use these for some French 75s, which I think will be a wonderful pairing with your sandwiches.
Sounds like it's going to be a good afternoon.
It is going to be a good afternoon. I kind of brought it.
And if anyone wants a video on
Yeah.
the French 75, leave a comment.
Yeah, right,
It's
exactly.
an awesome holiday.
Or you just want a French 75 delivered to your door. Yeah.
Look at the size of these
I know.
Meyer lemons. Aren't they
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous? Wow, they are just beautiful. So,
So here is our final product of the ham sandwich. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
I hope you guys love it as much as I do.
yeah, they look absolutely perfect. Yeah, nice amount of filling. As you can see, it has a really nice amount of filling. That looks really, really good. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks so much. I hope this was a good idea for you. Absolutely delicious. Thank you, Miss Amanda.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Like and subscribe and tell your friends.
I always forget to say that. One of these days I'm going to have to remember. Well, thanks very much, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.